This is the image we see tonight of Albert Charles Cowdrey. There is no known photograph of him. Lance Corporal Cyril Bolle. Cyril Bolle was born in 1892 in Broken Hill, New South Wales, and the family came to WA in 1898. As a young lad, Cyril joined the Citizens Forces, the 86th Infantry in Perth, and then worked as a draper in Northern. Cyril, 21, enlisted at Black Boy Hill on the 17th of August 1914, the day the camp officially opened and training began. Initially a private in the 11th Battalion, he was soon promoted to Lance Corporal. On October the 31st, Cyril embarked at Fremantle on a Scanius and sailed for Egypt, marching into Mina Camp outside Cairo in early December for further training. After the church service on Sunday the 10th of January 1915, he climbed the Great Pyramid of Cheops to pose in the now iconic photo taken of the entire 11th Battalion. 7 weeks before the landing, the battalion was at Lemnos with the Mediterranean Expeditionary Force. Just after noon on the 24th of April, they embarked on the British battleship, His Majesty's ship London, and started on the final journey for many of them, a mere 80 kilometres to Gallipoli. The unit carried out a final church parade that evening on the afterdeck of the battleship before the landing. The battalion's war diary records them coming ashore at 4:30 a.m. on April the 25th, under heavy musketry and machine gun fire. They stormed the cliffs about 300 feet high and pushed back the Turks and occupied the position about 3/4 mile from the beach. The 11th Battalion's fighting continued unabated for the next 5 days and nights. Finally, on April the 30th, what was left of the proud but battered battalion assembled on the beach and began to record their enormous losses. Cyril was reported wounded and missing from the first day. His parents were notified, and his record provides an uncomfortable glimpse into their rising panic and the nightmare that followed as they tried desperately to ascertain his whereabouts. Their worst fears arrived in early November 1915 in the form of a sympathy expressed in a letter from a wounded soldier who heard Cyril had been killed at the landing. Then someone else came forward and said he'd seen and spoken to Cyril well forward in the rush at 4 p.m. Sunday, April 25th, but that seems to have been the last anyone saw of him. At a board of inquiry on the 10th of April 1916, the Army declared Cyril killed in action at the landing. The following week, West Australian and New South Wales newspapers carried long overdue death notices placed by his heartbroken parents for their beloved son. Neither his body nor his identity disc were ever recovered, and he has no known grave. His name is on the Lone Pine Memorial to the missing. We will remember them.